Hi everyone, and welcome to the Customer Service Manager Certificate video series. Today we'll be going over a basic of customer service and the customer service experience, effective communication. To succeed in customer service and to have an appropriate and a positive customer experience, effective communications needs to not only be taught to customer service representatives, but also be an inherent skill that can be built upon. Just to sort of give an overview of some methods of communication, there are various here on the screen that are included in the different sort of vehicles that customer service representatives can use to communicate with customers, and that includes tangible things and physical things like phone, email, chat, forums, social media, and direct mail. Now, I know some of those are technical aspects which may not be so much physical, but they are a little more physical than things such as body language. There are many ways in which a phrase, a word, or a saying can also communicate something to somebody else. So, again, that's tone of voice, word choice, and even body language if you interact with customers in a physical setting, all help to set the conversation and communicate things to the other person. What is effective communication? As its name suggests, it is the more powerful, beneficial method of communicating with another person. We communicate with each other daily, so doing so in a manner that is beneficial for both parties is really the best option. The basis for effective communications is stemmed from listening and doing so actively. Active listening is, again, described by its name, and it requires that you are engaged in the listening process and that you receive and interpret the information you are receiving so as to offer the best solution for the issue at hand. Active listening also helps the customer or person on the other end of the phone to know you are involved and paying attention. Oftentimes, being paid attention to is the main thing they were looking for. Managing perception. This is very true. This is from your text that you have to read called the Book on Magic. It's been said that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and nowhere is that more applicable than in your communications with others. The quality of your communication is really measured by how others perceive you. I also know that while this is true, as an individual person, I have no control over someone else's emotions. I do have control over mine, and I can certainly affect them with my emotions. And if they are already in a bad mood, for example, I can surely exacerbate those emotions, but I cannot make them angry or happy. What I can do, though, is to be aware of their already present emotions and to react in a manner that will help them to react positively. So while that sort of sounds like I'm trying to give up responsibility on their response to me, I'm really taking responsibility for the thing that I can control, which is my response to them. So, and that's an important thing to remember as a customer service representative. You don't want to take things so personally, and it's easier to see that when you really understand that their emotions are not in your control. So that may be a bit confusing to sort of understand, but here's what I mean. If I suspect that a customer is upset, I can try my best to react differently and not take it personally. They may still be angry, but at the end of the call, they may at least feel like they were heard and that their problem was looked into and attempted to be solved, even if a resolution wasn't found. Had I reacted the same way they had reacted to me, angry, hostile, or accusing, the situation would have quickly escalated to an exchange of harsh words and left with a very upset customer. You must make a choice then, the choice to manage that perception, create a quality interaction, and make a great impression on the other person. Once you have made that choice, positive behavior follows. Choice is at the heart of effective communication, particularly in challenging or awkward circumstances. You can choose to fuel the fire of someone's anger or frustration, or you can make the choice to react in a positive, empathetic manner that will diffuse the situation and allow them to feel understood, which, as I mentioned before, may be the only reason they were calling and what they were really looking for in the first place. As we went over in previous videos for the Customer Service Manager Certificate series, customers really only come to you for two reasons. First, that their expectations were not met, and two, that they're looking for a solution, assistance, or some sort of help. So the two really tie into each other. First, that their expectations were either unmet or were set prematurely high, and they're coming to you for a solution for those expectations to be met, some sort of resolution. And it's your choice, and it's really up to you to how you respond. And that can be seen through your setting of the tone. A main aspect of terrible customer service is really the lack of responsibility that a representative takes when they are given an issue or when they are presented with an issue at hand. When responding to customers, it's important to do so in a way that relates with them, gives them a sense of understanding, is done in a respectful manner, and also accepts responsibility. To set the tone right, remain open-minded and receptive for the customer, no matter the situation. Keep the facts facts, avoid sugarcoating things, but do keep the end goal in mind, that you are looking for a solution and a conclusion for the customer. Communicate with the customer in mind, their situation, their frustrations, their needs, etc. When this happens, you create a sense of collaboration between you and the customer, where you are no longer looking at the situation as an us versus them scenario, but rather one that fosters working together to find a solution. Customers can pick up on this message, so ensure that you do have a collaborative mindset. Why is effective communication important? Well, this is, like I said, something that you as a company and customer service provider can control. You can affect the way the customer perceives you by controlling what is sent out and how they are reacted to. Now, again, that doesn't mean that you can control their reactions, that you can really help to affect the way their perceptions are created about you by sending out the best information about you, by creating that best first impression, and by really being somebody who understands the customer. Your business really relies on the ability of your customers to share with you their needs and your ability to listen. Then it's up to you to meet those needs. Everyone in business wants to make a great impression with the customer, and it's really easy to do when you're aware of the communication that you put out to the customer. An irate customer won't tell you what their needs are. They will only yell and relay to you what they want right then. If it's a free product, a replacement, a reshipment, etc., that doesn't give you much to work with in the overall picture. But if you're able to communicate with your customers to assess their needs and wants, you can better serve them. I hope these were useful tips and hope that you are now able to understand what effective communication is. Really, every relationship we have in our personal and professional lives relies on our ability to effectively communicate. It's an important aspect of all business, and it's something that you should truly understand, even if you never do any sort of customer service. But even in a business-to-business industry, you're still doing customer service to your business. So this is an important thing to know for any interaction that you have with other people. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them to the forum, or you can shoot me an email at ashley@businesstrading.com.